algorithm knows you. It is better than anything else, and it sucks you in. And I had to stop my TikTok account for that reason, because it was worse than Instagram and Facebook for me. I can still get on those, and I can kind of do it daily, and I'm just there, and I feel a little more in control. TikTok, I feel out of control because it is addicting, it is exciting, and it is like bing, 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 bing. Like, it is just so fun. So
it is fun. There's some really funny things out there. I love it. And cute animals, and like, it's so interesting.
It can be educational. There's so many good, there are the positives that totally compare and correlate with the negatives that come from TikTok. So you're listening to the Voice Lessons Podcast. I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Lindsay.
We have a passion for music and the voice, and we love sharing the insights we've gained to help others elevate their voices and their lives.
In this podcast, we will listen to what's really going on in the voices all around us to see what lessons there are for our own voices. Presented by Elev Voice Studio.
That's who we're going to talk about today. I don't know if you would technically call her a TikTok singer, but that's kind of how she became big. That's at least how I found her. She started posting and sharing her voice, just little snippets of herself singing on TikTok and on Instagram. And then she eventually scored a record deal. But what I love about this, and she's not the only person, by the way, who's done this. Like, since TikTok has come out, so many what you would call, quote unquote, like normal people get record deals this way now, because they have the platform to. They didn't have the ability to be seen before, but now they do. They can show their talent. They access the masses, and they can gain popularity in ways that were not accessible before. And so she's
Can we pause for a minute and reflect on how it used to be, like back in the day? Way back in the day, let's take it back to like Elvis or Michael Jackson or any of those like 70s, 60s, that era in that yesteryear, and how hard people worked. And it was so about who you met and opportunity, and it's just remarkable. It's
aligning.
Remarkable. Where so many talented singers that just have no platform, and now the platform has been given to the people. And anybody who wants it and is willing to put the work in, because let's be honest, there's a ton of work that goes into it still.
Yes.
Anyway. But
love that.
Squirrel. I digress.
No, I think that's perfect and on topic and great to point out, because it's remarkable to think about. So this artist, her name is Billianne. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm assuming I am, from what I've heard, but she is not who you would expect to become a pop artist or a record artist. And she writes her own music. But what I think that has really drawn people to her is just the quality of her voice and the sincerity in the way that she shares it. And so I'm not going to say much more than that, other than we're just going to listen to one of my favorite pieces that she shared that was kind of just made me melt and made me just like, I love her. she's just great. So we're going to listen to.
I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be.
She has a beautiful smile, doesn't she?
Yes. You can kind of just see her genuine spirit come out there. It's very sweet. And so I'll ask you first, what did you hear? Notice?
Okay, so genuineness for sure. I loved just the fluid nature that she sang with. It was interesting to listen to her vocal quality. It went from just a nice clear to at times like having a breathier quality. So it's really light, not press, not force, not trying to, the passion wasn't expressed through this feeling, but instead a much lighter, tenderer
Yes.
expression. I don't know that Que Sera Sera really requires that
Yeah.
singing anyway, but it just was a really tender, sweet delivery. As far as technical, I heard some nice, clean chord closure, really fluid line, but then also at the ends of phrases and depending on what part of her range, a little bit of breathiness into the
Yep.
tone. So this, when I do this, P.S.,
Yes.
these are your vocal cords coming together.
Yes.
I recognize that I know what that means and that other people are like, what is that crazy lady doing? These are the vocal folds coming together. And if they come apart, that's breath coming through them.
Yes.
So now we all
Helpful-
understand
helpful
what that
visual.
means.
Yes, yes. I completely agree, and I think that that's why people are drawn to her. It's so, it contrasts so much from what you hear from other artists trying to do, which is a lot of pushing, like you said, and it's a lot of even going from like the pushing in the chest and that really clear, tone, and then flipping to a breathy tone, but she stays
Yeah.
really consistent, and then she still obviously has that breath coming in, but it's almost like it like lulls you. It's like a lullaby, like, and all of her music that she sings is very much like that. I mean, even when she has written a couple songs that have come out, and even in those songs when she is kind of singing big, it really has the same tone quality, and it's beautiful, it's great, but it, to me, I think what I get from her is just her consistency.
I think that that's a good lesson to take from Billianne. Consistency. We all strive, we all search to have consistency so we can know what to expect. Our expectations will be met or not met if someone is consistent or inconsistent. And so it's really nice to, it's dependable. We like dependable things. It's comfortable to have something where you're like, I know exactly how this is going to be. You know exactly, we like that for our own voices, where we're just like, it did exactly what I expected it to do. I really like that it did that.
Yes, it does. It like gives her listeners that sense of security, that
Yes.
people are like, to me, I'm very much like, this is my comfort music. My mom, not to like, I don't want to share like too much anything personal, but she was recently diagnosed with cancer, as some know. And when we were trying to process the diagnosis, my mom and I are both very deep feelers. And the way that we both started to process things without even each other knowing this is we started to create a playlist. Both of us did. And we were doing it separately, but we were putting the same kind of songs on it. And then I was able to go to her house, to stay at her house, to kind of help while she was going through a surgery. And we started talking about how we were coping and how we were processing this. And when I found out that she was creating a playlist for herself and I was creating a playlist that was kind of in dedication of her, we had the exact same songs on this playlist that we happened, like, it was songs that made me think of my mom and songs that she felt like represented her life, and they were the same songs. And so we combined them and we were like, this is your life legacy playlist. And
I love it.
It was, honestly, it ended up being such a therapeutic thing because obviously she's doing okay. She's getting through her chemo, and we listen to it all the time. I listen to it at my house. She's listening to it at her house, but we feel connected through that way. And Billianne was one of those songs, was multiple of her songs were the songs that we put on there because she's comfort. She's like a comfort singer, where you're like, when you just want to be able to kind of, I mean, I know we like feel your feels, but also just like kind of come to yourself and feel present and feel your feelings. But she just kind of like gives you that like reset, and it's that secure sense of security. So
I love that. And I was thinking also, one of the life lessons that we can take from this is that power doesn't have to take on the face of force or big or bombast. Like some of the most powerful songs that we feel, that we listen to, are small and intimate. Some of the most powerful feelings that we have are small and
Mm.
calm and peace and not showy and not. That's not to say, I mean, I think of some powerful the concerts where we've got the lights and the dancers and all the things and the loud, and there's power
Yes.
behind that.
Yes.
But the power, and maybe this is a personal thing, but the power that reaches me in small ways is longer lasting.
Yes.
It stays longer. When you get pumped up through a power, just like a power anthem, right?
Yes.
I've got those songs that I love to just like pump me up for
Yes.
a workout or for cleaning the house or just to like have fun with my family or whatever.
Yes.
And they're so fun. They're so fun. But I think it's the smaller, more tender and deeper penetrating feelings that come. Power does not have to look big to be powerful.
There's power in the simplicity. There's power in the quiet. There's power in the calm. There's power. Yeah, I really like that.
And that's our voice lesson for the week.
Go forth, create, and elevate.
And remember, it's not only about the voice lessons, it's about the lessons we learn through the voice. Bye!